Happy Friday. We're going live with a Friday morning flow, about 30 minutes. Getting a little incense lit today. If you want to join, we're not using anything in particular prop-wise. Just grab your mat. If you normally practice with a block, grab your block. I'm doing this so that I can put it on my YouTube channel later. So get whatever you need. I know my body needs to be stretched out. I have a pool and a run workout today. You cannot be here. Yeah. You cannot be here. You have to go over there. Come on. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So get your space ready. Happy spring. And let's get started in child's pose. So traditional knees wide, toes touching, arms stretched down the mat. But if you prefer knees underneath your body and arms by your sides, you can do that as well. So taking a couple of deep breaths here. And I just want to encourage you to listen to your breath and the different fluctuations that you might sense in the inhale and exhale. And paying attention to the breath is like that first step in cultivating your intuition. And intuition is one of those things that helps guide us, but it's also one of those things that needs to be kept in check by self-reflection, self-study, mentors. And it's the same thing with our feelings. Feelings are meant to be felt. They're not always true. They're not always things that we need to act on. You start to walk your fingers down the mat. Lift your forearms away from the mat to get a little extra and active stretch in your lats. You want to think about pulling your hips away from your fingers. And then start to walk them over to the right so that you open up through the left side of your body, perhaps even stacking the left hand on top of the right so that that C curve happens in the spine and you can feel a little extra length through the left rib cage. And then just relax your shoulders. And we're just going to repeat that on the other side. So lift the forearms, come to the fingertips, spider walk them through the center, over to the left, and then relax them down. And again, if you'd like to, you can stack the right hand on top of the left, or you can take some more space to give your shoulders less tension. Just be mindful of the differences between everybody's body, that there's different expressions of the poses for you to take, depending on how your body's put together. And then walk them back through center. So lift the forearms, walk them back through center. Start to rise up into tabletop, hands and knees. And we're going to float the left arm and the right leg right away into that simple spinal balance. So reaching out through the heel, reaching forward with the fingers, keeping that equanimity with the shoulder girdle and the hips. Take another breath in. On the exhale, let's bring the elbow in and the knee underneath. So create that cat spine and activate your core. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale, pull in. That's 2. So repeat that 3 more times. Inhale, reach, and lengthen. Exhale, pull in. And I'm going to move my microphone so it's not in my armpit. 2 more times. Inhale, reach, and lengthen. Exhale, pull in. And this last time, we're going to reach and lengthen. We're going to keep the leg up and put the left arm down. Then angle your left toes out to the side so that we come into a side plank on the knee. So lifting the right hand. I know I'm facing away from the camera, but you can still see my body. And we're going to lift and lower the right leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, lift and keep it lifted. Bend that left elbow and push yourself up to where you're standing on the knee. The right leg is long. We're going to slide the right hand down. Reach the left arm up and over. And then just cartwheel your hands back down to the ground, coming back into tabletop. And in between sides, we're going to take 3 cow and cat. So drop the belly, lift the gaze. Round the upper back, cat pose. And twice more cow and cat with your breath. So beginning to integrate that breath to pose. One more. And then settle back into tabletop, this time right arm, left leg. So coming into simple spinal balance first, and this is a balanced posture because we're on one knee and one hand. So finding the energy and the muscles to help sustain this. Take another breath in. And then we have elbow to knee for 5. Reach out on your inhale. Pull in on your exhale for 2. Do it again. For 3. Reach out. Pull in. And then one last one. Extend. Use your core to tap. And then take that extension again. Keep the leg up. Put the hand down. Spin your right toes to the side, coming onto side plank on the right hand and knees. We lift the left side up. And then we're going to take that lift and lower with the left leg. For 5, 4. And this activates this outer hip here. 3, 2 to help us maintain our balance. 1, keep it lifted, bend the elbow, push up, reach up and over, big stretch on that right side body. And then back into tabletop for a few more cow and cats. Drop the belly, lift the gaze. And then really round through that upper back. Think of more rounding through the upper back than tucking through the pelvis. Now soften into your cow. Engage into your cat. And then do one last one. Like a ripple through the spine. And then back into tabletop. Now just tuck and hover your knees a few inches off the ground. So we're creating that stability in the legs, the hips, and the core, not to mention your shoulders. Try not to let your head flop. We're also not straining to look up, just right here in the center. Big breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then, of course, all of our little fun favorite movements in down dog as we shift and shimmy. Shake out the head. March it forward into ragdoll. So coming to the top, space between the feet is about 2 fists, and then you can grab elbows, create that box and hang. Feel free to soften the knees as much as you need to give you space so that you can fold. And just remember, the intensity is up to you here in our practice. We're going to go through 3 sun salutations so you can take them however you'd like, plank to belly or chaturanga. I suggest starting with cobra first before we press all the way into upward facing dog. But just gauge how your body feels today. Drop the arms, bring the feet to touch. Let's roll up to stand, softening the knees, 1 vertebra at a time as we reach up. Now hinge, so send the butt back, the heart forward. Move yourself into a halfway lift. Take a big breath in. Bring the hands down, step back into your plank pose. And we'll pause here for another refill of the breath, and then exhale either into low plank or into the belly. Up dog or cobra. And then downward facing dog. Again, the intensity is up to you. Big toes to touch, and you can step or lightly hop to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Stand all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana, forward fold. Drawing yourself to that halfway lift again, preparing for your plank pose. And then take it through your vinyasa. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. We have one more, just like however you want to do it. Bend the knees, step or hop to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stand up, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, your path to downward facing dog. Up dog or cobra, down dog, and here's where we'll stay, taking the right leg up. Bring the knee into the heart. So we're just going to round and tuck as we begin to stack the shoulders over the wrists. Push away from the mat so we're not dipping into the shoulders. And step your right foot forward. Drop your back knee to the earth and tuck the toes. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, drop the right hand, perhaps even wrap it around your back. Lift the left arm up and over. Back up through center. Bring the left hand down. Lift your left kneecap up. As we unwind the right arm up towards the ceiling, let's take 3 circles here. Switch directions after that third pass through. It's filling out the shoulder and the chest. Then bring the right hand down. Make sure you have good footing in the right foot as we come up into high lunge. Good footing in the foot. Stability in the right foot. Big breath in. Exhale, one-legged plank. So hands down, stepping back, floating the right leg back behind you. Take a nice big full breath in. And either one-legged chaturanga, or we can take that foot down to the ground, move through your up dog, meet back in down dog. Of course, all of that you can take or leave. You do not have to do everything in our flow, left leg up. Just like anything in yoga, we do the poses that our body can do and challenge ourselves as appropriate. Bring the knee into the chest. Stack the shoulders over the wrist. Push the earth away. Step lightly forward. Drop the back knee to the earth and tuck the toes. Lift the hands high. And then again, we're taking the left arm down, wrapping it behind us, or reaching down towards the ground or your block as we reach the right hand up and over, getting that nice big right side body stretch. Then back up through center, right hand down, right knee up, turn towards the left, lift your left hand up, and we have our circles here. And then we're going to switch after that third pass. 3 circles in the other direction. Bring the left hand down, stabilize into the left foot, coming up into your high lunge. Pulling the left hip back, right hip forward creates that equanimity in our pelvis. Take another breath in. Stay for your breath out. And bring the hands down. Inhale into one-legged plank pose. Pause here for just a moment. And remember, we can always drop down to the knee on the other side. Take another full breath in. Exhale through one-legged chaturanga or bring the foot down. Up dog on your inhale. Down dog on your exhale. Woo! Body is working today. Then the knee step or hop into your Utkatasana chair pose. Bending at the hips, bending at the knees. Breathing. Nice full breath in. Drop the chest and sweep the arms. So make the shoulders active here. Drawing the shoulder blades together and down the back. Full inhale. Full exhale. Breathe in to stand up, Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Make your way back through downward facing dog. So if you want to take that chaturanga path, it's up to you. Here we go, right leg up. So a little bit quicker this time, knee to nose. Step forward, low Anjaneyasana. Lift the hands up. Taking our tilt to the right, so right hand behind, left hand up and over. Left palm down, left knee up, right hand up, low lunge twist. Right hand down, we'll skip the circles, rise all the way up. High Anjaneyasana. One-legged plank, hands down, step back. We can be on the left knee, chaturanga, or downward facing dog. Left leg high, breathe in, knee to nose. So just going right to that left side, step forward, right knee down and tuck the toes, hands high. We're taking our tilt, left hand wraps, right arm reaches, back up, hand down, knee up, low lunge twist, hand down, high lunge, full breath in, exhale, hands down, inhale to one-legged plank. Exhale through chaturanga or meeting in downward facing dog. Bend the knees, step or hop into your chair pose. Full breath here. Drop the chest, sweep the arms, perhaps lift the heels, balancing on the balls of the toes. Active upper body. Back into your chair, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Moving through vinyasa or stepping into downward facing dog. Right leg up, open through the hip, bend the knee. Make 3 circles controlled with the knee from the hip in one direction, just like we did with the arm. Stop and switch after the third one. Now we're going to take the knee to the right elbow. So we're going to follow this outside arc. Give it a tap. Kick it back straight out now through the hip. Pull straight in through the center. Lightly step. Drop the back knee. Inhale, arms up. Taking our tilt again. Back up through center. Adding on half splits. Rocking back. Straightening the right leg. Keeping it active. Take a nice big full breath in. Into low lunge with a twist. So rebend the right knee. Left palm down. Right hand up. Right hand down. Stabilize on the right foot. High lunge. Come on up. Pause here. Now drop the chest and sweep the arms. The same thing we did in chair, just in our lunge position. So moving here to an open arm twist. So left arm will go forward, right arm will go back. Upper body lifts. Pulling the right hip actively in. So keep the length in the spine, pull in through the core. Tip yourself forward, revolve half moon. Left hand down, left leg up. Keeping that same shape in the upper body, we're just tilted and lifted. Bring your right hand down, supported warrior 3. Take a little lift. Bring the left knee in towards the chest. Set the foot down, chair pose. So back at the top of our sequence, big breath in. Air chair. Stand tall. Fold. Move to the left side, halfway lift. Make your way to downward facing dog. Left leg goes high. We open through the hip and bend the knee. We take 3 controlled circles here. After that third one, stop, switch. Now follow that arc around the left side to tap. And I say that because I see so many people try to come through the center and tap. I want you to move it around the side, then back, then through center to the chest. Then step. Right knee to the earth, untuck the toes, come on up. Taking our tilt to the left, back up, adding on our half splits. Either fingertips to the earth or floating the arms. Pour the weight back into the left foot, low lunge twist. Left hand down, rising all the way up, high lunge. Come on, left leg. Pausing here, making sure again that our hips are equal. So think of cinching the inner thighs together, then drop the chest as you sweep your arms. Bowing over that left thigh. And we'll move from this half lunge, half airplane into our upper body twist. So sweep the left arm around as we lift the shoulders over the hips, reaching out through both fingertips. Again, trying to keep those hips right and left as equal as possible so the twist comes from here. Tip forward into revolve half moon. I'm going to scooch back just a little bit so I'm not out of frame. Right leg up. Balancing on the left. Making that right leg active, either pointing or flexing through the foot. We bring the left fingertips down, take a little halfway lift as we draw the right knee in. Setting it down into chair pose. Full breath here. Into your air chair, perhaps lifting again on the balls of the toes, or maybe even straightening the legs to balance in diverse pose. Strong back. Drop the heels, lift the hands, full breath in, exhale, fold. All right, here we go. One breath, one pose, taking halfway lift. Exhale into chaturanga. or downward facing dog. Right leg high, open through the hip, bend the knee, and then right knee follows that arc into the right tricep tap. Kick back, straight out from center, knee through that center midline, and step low Anjaneyasana. Bring the left knee down, untuck the toes, take it up to the side. Inhale through center, half splits. Low lunge twist, so try to make it fluid as we lift the back knee, twist through the upper body. Bring the right fingertips down. Stabilize on the right foot, rise all the way up. Drop the chest, sweep the arms. Open arm twist. Tilt forward, revolved half moon. Knee to chest as we come into that little support, then chair. Utkatasana, air chair, half airplane, half Utkatasana. Back up, Urdhva Hastasana, straighten all the way up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Left side's turn. Lift the left leg. Open through the hip. Bend the knee. Taking left knee to left tricep. Kicking back straight through center. Drawing it into that midline. Kicking back. Step all the way forward. Low lunge. Untuck. Lift high, lean left with a wrap, back up, half splits. Try to stay fluid as we move through low lunge twist. Right knee lifts, left hand lifts. Left hand down, stabilize on that left foot, come on up. High lunge, half airplane. Open arm twist. Tip and revolved half moon. Lift up. Into supported warrior 3. Right into your chair pose. Big breath in. Air chair or diver's pose. Get it up, get it up. There we go. Chair pose. Sitting all the way down into our boat. Taking care to keep a long spine. Trying to keep it equal. Big breath in. Exhale into your low boat. Feel free to do one leg at a time or use the hands behind the knees to get yourself back up. 2 more times. You can also use the hands behind you as a little extra support. Stay here. Bring the feet down. Pull yourself forward. Draw the feet together, knees wide, cobbler's pose. Oh. I like to use my elbows on my shins to give myself a little bit of tension to pull forward. And then drop the head. And coming back to that awareness of the breath and any fluctuations that you feel, trying to even and smooth them out. And lift yourself back up. So we're going to keep the right foot and leg the way it is and stick the left leg out. Now we have options here. This is a seated tree, keeping the right foot to the thigh and coming forward. Or if Mariachi Asana is in your practice, we're going to lift the knee up, put the foot flat down on the ground. If you've got space for it, you're going to shimmy to the inside of your right thigh as we bow forward. If your shoulders cooperate, reach back around. Left hand's going to find that right wrist. You want to lengthen, so drawing the hips back, the heart forward. Then give yourself a fold. If you need to, walk the right foot out a little bit more to give you some space to do that. Creating that little healthy compression there in the hip flexor. Teaching yourself to breathe against the tension, which of course is always a mirror for life, teaching yourself to breathe into the tension. So whichever option you've taken, we're going to slowly lift ourselves up. Now everybody will take that right foot on the ground, stepping over the left, sitting up nice and tall, trying to get the both sit bones on the ground. Hug or hook with the left hand as we twist towards the right, keeping that nice tall spine from the base to the crown. And unwind yourself back through center. Right leg out. Just give it a little reset there in the center. I like to bounce my legs. And then we're going to take the other side. So that option of seated tree, straight hamstring stretch on the right side, or left foot to the earth. Again, we want to be on our sit bones, not tucked underneath the pelvis, reaching forward with the heart and back with the hips. And if we can get to this point and the bind happens here, we're going to reach back behind, right hand's going to find that left wrist. And then just surrendering to the pose, finding that little smoothness in your breath, front to back, top to bottom. With that inhale as it goes in and out and fills up the lungs. And if you have the bind, release it, coming on up. Taking the twist, left foot over the right and twist towards the left. Move back through center. This time both feet on the earth, hands behind you in reverse tabletop. So lift the hips up. Keep the head in line with the neck, so engaging the glutes. And then slowly drop the hips down. Make your way onto your back with feet straight up. If you have a brick, it can feel good, or a block, to put it underneath your sacrum for support, supported waterfall. And then bend the knees, put the feet on the earth as we move into happy baby. Feet up. We can grab the outside edges or insides of the feet. You can stay still, or you can gently rock from side to side. One last pose, supine twist, drawing right knee in as we lengthen the left leg. Take that twist. Want to keep it in the glutes. It's like we're pulling the knee towards the left and the hip back in opposition. So you get that stretch down here in that right glute muscle. Then gently roll back onto your back, lengthen the left leg, right leg, pull the left knee in, and then take your twist here. Roll yourself back onto your back. Coming into Shavasana, letting your legs just be heavy, rolling out to the side and your hands by you. Letting everything soften. Absorbing and integrating our practice is that also that practice of listening to our intuition, because we can get really quiet. If your brain tries to take over, you're just going to give it that job of being aware of your inhale and exhale. Observing not only the breath, but your experience of the breath, your experience of yourself. Allowing your face to soften. You can stay here for as long as you would like. I'm going to go ahead and end our practice by gently rolling to the side and lifting up. Coming to Sukhasana easy, cross-legged position, sitting on the sit bones nice and tall, lifting the hands up in gratitude as we bring the hands to our heart. And gratitude for ourselves, for this practice, for the teachers that come before us, for the teachers that come after us, for the teacher inside ourselves. Namaste. Thank you, friends. I'm going to put this up on my YouTube. Goal is to have it done by this weekend, 2 new ones to put up there. And yeah, have a great Friday. End.